Hello, welcome to A Tinge Ginge. Now today I'm going to be taking you through all my pairings that are going to be sort of part of the 2022 breeding season. Now I've got sort of 30 odd females here. I'm not going to show you them all because some of them just aren't for plans just yet, if that makes sense. So they're not going to be in the breeding rotation as it is. So a lot of them I'm just not going to show basically. I'll probably mention them throughout the video just so it gives you an idea of what my plans are sort of down the line further. But at the minute I'm just going to show you the girls that I'm breeding right now. I might touch base on a couple as well along the way that are future breeders, but I'm going to just basically get into the stuff that I'm trying to make this season, well, for next season. Now I originally did this video yesterday. I recorded about 2.5 hours worth of footage, and when I come to downloading it, the whole lot had just gone. It was all corrupted. I couldn't download anything, and I was not happy. So I actually showed me putting the snakes in yesterday, and now they're all in at the minute. There are quite a few locks that I can see, so I'm not going to be able to mess about with them too much, but at least you can still get a rough idea of what I'm aiming for and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to jump straight into this, and hopefully this sort of inspires you to sort of think of some new projects and things like that, and go down your own routes. So. And this is the custom rack that I made. This first one isn't one that's actually going to be for this season. This is one that's going to be for probably next year. So this is probably like 2023 season. But up here I've just got a normal clown, female, and she's currently at 1250 grams, so she's not really up to size. A lot of the time I like to get my females up to about sort of 1800 grams minimum before I start breeding, just because I like them to have that little cushion basically. But she's going to be bred to this little guy. So this is my pastel banana desert ghost. Again, he's still not great. He's not up to size. He's probably pushing about 420 grams. He's not huge, so he's got a little bit of growing to do yet. But yeah, this is going to be the start of my desert ghost clown stuff. Hoping to hit some hets, hold them back, grow them up, maybe get a few other genes in the mix, things like that along the way, because obviously if I get a double het of these two and it's a female, that's obviously going to take 2 to 3 years, maybe even longer to grow up. So by the time that is up to size, hopefully I can make some decent stuff along the way. But yeah, not what I'm actually pairing right now, but it's just one of them up and coming things that I want to work towards. So this next pairing, I do want to be careful because I do think they're hooked up at the minute. Yeah. So I'm going to be very careful and gentle with these two. They've made a right old mess in there. So in here is my big VPI Exantic female that I've got. Now she's part of my Exantic clown project. Now I do have some double het Exantic clowns growing up at the minute. I've got 2 females that I've held back, and they're getting up to quite a decent size. And as you can see, I don't know if it does come out on camera or not, but if you look at them colours, she's a big girl. She's pushing, how much does she weigh? She's currently 2,800 grams, so she's quite a chunky girl. And look at the colours. If I'm seeing it correctly on the screen and the camera to real life, you can see she's literally silver, like silver grey and like black. Yeah, she's a really nice example of a VPI Exantic in my opinion. In real life she doesn't look brown at all. She is literally silver and black, and I think that is coming out through the camera. But as you can see, she's being paired up to my pastel GHI clown. So I've already got the double het females, and I want to try and get pastel and GHI into Exantic as well. There's loads of other stuff I want to get into it, but for now I want to try and go down this route. So I'm hoping that this guy does the job for me, and if I can hit a pastel GHI that's double het Exantic and clown, especially if it's a male, oh, that'd be absolutely brilliant. So that'd be going to the 2 females, which will probably be ready probably next year, as long as they keep pounding on the weight like they are. But yeah, luckily they're locked up, as you can see. And yeah, really excited for this. Now this is the first time breeding this guy, so it's always a bit of a risk, first time breeders, but I think he should get the job done. He's got quite a few ladies to see this year as well, so he's going to be a busy chap. So I'll quickly show you this girl. So this is one of the babies from that Exantic female that I showed you. As you can see, it just doesn't look like a regular normal. The pattern's very reduced. The alien heads are just completely like void of any sort of pattern. They're just very open, and the pattern is extremely clean as well. So yeah, this is one of the females. She's doing really well. She's sort of pushing sort of 500 grams now, so she's slowly gaining the weight. I don't know if she will be ready for next season, but by then I should have some nice combos to put to her. But her sister is doing just as well. I've got her sister held back in another tub, and yeah, they're both doing really, really well. But this is to get into the Exotic Clown route. So yeah, really, really happy with these. Love the way these have turned out. For normals, they just look absolutely phenomenal. So this next one again is another one that I paired up yesterday, and I think they are locked at the minute. Again, I want to be nice and slow because I don't want to disturb them too much. Oh, if I just hold it there. So without making too much disturbance, this is my Pastel Cinnamon girl. She's given me quite a few clutches in the past, and she's being bred to my Banana Clown that you can see. If you have a look there, you can see they are locked at the minute, which is brilliant, really exciting to see. Now this Banana Clown is something a little bit special. I think he's a banana blade clown, just because of all the babies that came out from my dual-sired retained sperm clutch that I had. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. I'm going to show you a few of the babies in a minute. But yeah, I definitely think that the dad has got blade in him, and that's why this guy's got such a reduced pattern. And when you see the babies that come out from the retained sperm as well, you see two of them are very, very reduced. They almost look enchy. So I do think that there's that going on. But yeah, really excited for this. If I can make some, I want to try and miss the pastel on this if I can. So if I can hit some banana cinnamons, they're going to be het for clown. That'd be brilliant. Just because I want to try and get the cinnamon with another darker gene in the mix with clown, just to try and bring out those clown colours with the banana as well. So yeah, really excited about these two. I want to be careful. I really don't want to disturb these too much. So these are the babies that came from that banana that I think it's Banana Het Clown, which I think is blade. So as you can see, this baby came out, it's just, yeah, there's like no pattern whatsoever. It's just one single stripe. It's got these little speckles down the body, which I think look really cool. And yeah, the head's quite reduced as well. So that's one of the babies that come out. This is the other baby that come out, and you can see it's fairly standard for a clown, but again, it's got all those speckles on the side. The teardrops are quite reduced, and yeah, they look really cool. I'll quickly show you the other one as well. And then this is the other one. This one almost looks like an orange dream clown. But yeah, that's the three clowns that came out. And I also got two blackhead, which were both 100% het for clown as well. So really excited about that. But yeah, these are the ones that came out, which make me think it's blade. I don't really know much about blade. I didn't really want blade in the collection, if I'm honest, but sometimes it does just randomly pop up. But yeah, these turned out really cool to me, so I think they look really nice. And all three of them are female as well, so they're all going to be holdbacks to sort of grow on and prove out. But the dad to these three is actually available. So he's a Banana Het Clown, proven, with something a little bit special in the mix. It could be blade, it could be something else. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not going to be keeping him to prove him out just because I've got my Banana Clown, who's obviously got it in him, and then I've got these two female clowns as well. So if somebody wants to pick him up, he is on my Morph Market. So I'm going to quickly show off this girl. This is my Mojave Red Stripe. She's got a little bit of stuck shed down. I have to give her a spray. Her substrate's quite dry, so I will give her a little spray down. But yeah, this is my Mojave Red Stripe. Obviously I want to get this into clown because clown and red stripe just go hand in hand together. So I'm probably going to be putting my Pastel GHI clown to her. If I get lucky and I manage to hit a blackhead clown this season, then I may actually put that to her when she's up to size. She's kind of up to size. She's probably about 200 grams short of what I'd like her to be. So I'm going to give her a little more time anyway, so I have got time to try and get something further down the road. But if I could hit a blackhead clown, I probably want to put that in here instead, just because I think it'd be a lot more impressive. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly show her off. So this next one, this girl's actually going into shed at the minute, so she doesn't look too great. I'm sorry about the lighting. The lighting in this room isn't great, and I've just blinded myself. I'll try and turn some of these round. So this is quite a decent girl. I was really excited to get her. This is my Bamboo Special Calico. So the Special and the Bamboo are in, they're a lilac together, so she is sort of like a blue-eyed Lucy, if you like. So she'll never produce a normal. Half of them should be Special, and half of them should be Bamboo, which is really cool. So to pair to her, I'm thinking about going again using my Pastel GHI Clown, just so I want to go down the Bamboo Clown route. Special clowns look absolutely incredible, so that's the sort of route I want to go. If I'm lucky enough to hit a blackhead clown, like I've said, I may put the blackhead to her instead. Now again, she's not up to size, she's 1242 grams, so it's, again, she's got a fair bit of way to go yet. She may not make it this season, she's probably going to be for next season, but if that's the case, then it just means that if I hit that blackhead clown, then I can just go for that with her basically. I will show you the blackheads that I've got in a minute, but I'm sort of waiting till I get further down the line with something else to show you. But yeah, she's really cool. She's quite dirty in a minute. She ended up tipping a water bowl over, and yeah, she's quite but she's going into shed, so as soon as she sheds, she's going to be pure white, and she's got like a little orange sort of pattern that goes down her dorsal line, which is quite cool. She's got an orange spot right in the middle of her head as well. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this girl going. I haven't got any bamboo or any visual bamboo stuff in my collection, so to get some of that in here would be really cool. So next is this girl. Now these were actually locked this morning. I don't know if they are still locked or not. I've got to be careful because the female's right at the front. No, they're not actually locked anymore. So this is a pastel clown female. I actually got this female from Ross over at Army Key Reptiles. Great guy. I've bought a couple of animals off him. Really love the stuff he's working with. He's got quite a small collection, but it's a very very interesting and concentrated. He works quite heavily with the sunset stuff, so he's definitely one to look out for if you haven't seen him. But yeah, I've got this girl from him. Oh, she's got a little bit of shed as well. I'm gonna have to spray her down. But she is being paired to my Ultramel male. So again, I'm making those double hets just because I want to get into the Ultramel clown game. I was looking for a multi-gene Ultramel male to put to her, but I just couldn't find any that I wanted, and there was one, but the price was just absolutely stupid. It was probably double what the actual snake was worth, so I didn't go for it in the end. I had this guy sitting around just because I bought him a while ago, and I thought, I'm just going to start the project now, make the double hets, and if another male does pop up at some point, or if I manage to make something, then I can introduce that male back in again to try and get some other genes. But yeah, this is the start into my Ultramel clown project. I'm really happy with this, especially if I can get pastel in the mix as well, because I think pastel Ultramels look really cool. I think pastel and Ultramel go really well together, and to get that into clown, I think that'd be a good combo. But I may go down the dark route. I do have some blackhead stuff growing up, and hopefully if I can get some blackhead clown stuff, I may get this Ultramel male into that blackhead clown stuff as well. It's a while down the road yet, but it's one of them things that could happen. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm excited for. But this is a big girl. She's probably pushing 3 kilos nearly, so I'm expecting a lot of eggs from her. So I'll probably end up keeping 3 females and 1 male. The male probably will be sold at some point if I make something else a bit special, but yeah, anything else that's left over from this will be surplus. So if you want to get into the Ultramel clown project, then this will be a great way to go about it. So this next one is a repeat pairing. I don't know if these were locked as well, but looks like they're not anymore. So this is my Pastel Hypo. I work with Orange Ghost. I don't really think that matters, to be honest, but yeah, I work with the Orange Ghost line, and she's actually being paired. I think she's actually about to shed. It looks like she started shedding on her head. She's just literally started peeling it off. You can see how grey she is. So I think she's literally about to shed out. But they were locked up, and right back there, I don't know if you're going to pull him out a little bit more. So back here, we've got my Pastel Blackhead 100% Het Hypo male. I think he's actually going into shed as well. They must have got one quick lock in before they started shedding. But he's done a load of work for me. I've made a load of blackhead stuff with him. And I wanted to repeat this pairing because last time I actually managed to get a Pastel Hypo blackhead. And this animal was doing brilliant. It was a female as well, which is even better. And it probably got about 3-4 months down the line. It was feeding perfectly, it was gaining size, it was the biggest out of all of the siblings, and for whatever reason it just randomly died, and I don't know why. And it was absolutely gutting. It was a right old kick in the legs, and yeah, it's just one of them things that happens in the hobby, unfortunately. But I'm redoing this pairing just because I want to try and hit another one. If I can hit some more female blackheads, that's great, because at the minute I've only got 2 female blackheads, and I do want to get quite heavy on the blackhead side, especially with the females. So yeah, to get some more female blackheads would be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, this is just a repeat pairing of what I did last time. So this next pairing, this is a bit of a tricky one, because to be honest, I've paired these a few times now, and I've not had any luck. I've not seen any locks, but then obviously they can lock and unlock quite quick, so it may just be that I've missed it. But this is another female clown. This is a female clown I produced a few years ago, and she's being paired to my Butter Blitz. So the Blitz is similar to the Hurricane. I don't know if they are the same or not. I don't know if they're sort of linked off each other, if you can put them together and make a super version, or they're a Leak, I don't know. I think there's people trying to prove that, but yeah, this is my Butter Hurricane. You kind of see there on the centre of the screen. That's that sort of body builder pose, as they say, or the hooking. Just here you can see that alien head sort of hooks round there. So that's the sort of Blitz / Hurricane trait. So this is my chance at making some hets. Again, more hets, I know, but if I can hit some Blitz het clown stuff, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. Especially if I hit female. I want to try and hit predominantly males, but if I can get at least one visual female from most of these pairings, that'd be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, these two, they're taking their sweet time. It's a first time breeder for him and her, so I think they just need a little bit of an extra push. I may have to put my little pot of love in there. If you haven't seen that video, it might be worth a watch, but basically what I'll do is I'll take a proven male that's producing sperm plugs. I'll take a fresh shed, I'll take a fresh poop, I'll chuck it in a little pot with the shed sticking out with a little bit of water, chuck a lid on with some holes in, and I'll put that in with the female and the male. And I just find it sort of makes the males a little bit more aggressive to breed in, just pushes them a little bit more basically. So that tends to work for me, and that's just something that I've been doing the last couple of years. But yeah, this pairing I'm quite excited about, especially if I hit just a single gene Blitz. That'd be brilliant. But even with the Butter Blitz, I think they look really cool, so having that in clown is just an absolute bonus. So for this next girl, she's not up to size yet. She's only just pushing 1100 grams, so she's not going to be, she's knocked her water over. She's not going to be breeding this year, but I just wanted to show her off because she's quite a cool looking snake. So this is what I believe is a GHI Mojave. Now she is super dark compared to her sister. So these are siblings. Let me try and pull this tray a little bit more for falls. So these are siblings, and you can see the difference in them is absolutely night and day. The one on the left is more of your sort of standard GHI Mojave, and this one on the right, as you can see, is just completely different. I have no idea what is going on. A few people said that they think that she's a super GHI, but that is impossible. The pairing for these two was literally just a straight GHI to a straight Mojave. Everything that came out looked completely normal. I hit 4 of these, and 2 of them were males, and the 2 males looked completely normal. There was no difference. All the GHIs that come out were normal. I had a couple of Mojaves come out, they were normal. So it's a really random thing that happened. So I don't know what's going on with her. I know there is that polygenic side of it. I think it's polygenic where they're different. They're the same, but they look different, if that makes sense. So yes, quite an interesting one. But this girl I plan on putting to my, hopefully if I hit a blackhead clown, that's what this girl is going to be going to. So imagine a GHI Mojave blackhead clown. I think that could be quite cool looking. As I said, I'm still off from making the blackhead clowns, and this girl's still got a decent amount of size to put on anyway, so it is something that's going to be future down the line. But I just wanted to show them off just so you could see a difference, just to see what you think really. She has still got that pattern along the side of her body that you can see where the alien heads would be, but she's just so much darker, and she's also bigger as well. This girl was quite dark, but as she gets bigger and bigger, she is getting more and more lighter. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on with these two. But yeah, it's just, again, not breeding now, just sort of wanted to show what was going on. Next up is this female. She's got a bit of shed on her head as well. My room seems to be very dry at the minute, so I think I'm going to have to mist all these girls down tonight, just because a lot of them are getting a little bit stuck shed on them. But yeah, so this is my original clown female. I got this from a guy years and years ago from Newcastle. I literally drove all the way to Newcastle just so I could get her because I didn't want to miss out. But she's done really well for me. She's given me probably 2 or 3 clutches now, which I'm really excited about. So this is the mum to the 2 pastel blackhead het clowns Pastel Hypos that I've got. So I will show you them in a minute because they are slightly different from each other. But yeah, this girl's probably not going to be breeding for me just yet, just because I'm waiting for them blackheads to get up to size, and as soon as they get up to size, I'm going to be putting one of them straight back to her, just because one of them looks a little bit special. I don't know if she's got something a little bit special in it. She's got quite an interesting headband there with the 3 dots. But other than that, she just looks like a standard clown. Now, when I've paired her up before, the first time I paired her up was just a straight clown to a straight clown, just to make some more female clowns basically, which you've seen over on the top rack that I made, and the other rack up here for my Blitz project. So yeah, she's done them 2 clutches for me, and she also signed my banana clown clutch. So the banana head clown that I've got, she was the dam to that, so she was one that actually produced my banana clown for me. Now, I tried to make blackhead het clown stuff last season, and I paired my blackhead to that pastel clown I got from Ross McKee, and unfortunately she completely slugged out. She gave me 7 eggs and they were all slugs, and I was absolutely gutted, and it literally pushed my whole project back a year, because this girl was making that banana clown for me. So I've had to wait a whole year basically to get her back, to get all the snakes back up to size and breeding. So this girl's well up to size, she's well and truly ready to go, but I am going to be holding her on, waiting just until I get those blackheads up to size. So I'll quickly show you them blackheads now, just so you can see what I mean, and I'll get the female blackhead out as well, because you can compare the 3 then. Okay, so I'm going to have to be careful with these. Now, I don't know why, but my blackhead stuff is very feisty. It's very, very bitey at times, doesn't like to be touched, doesn't like to be in front of the camera. You'll probably see this little guy, he literally just struck at me while I was getting the camera set up. But yeah, these are my 2 blackheads. They're both pastel, they're both 100% het clown, and they're pos het hypo as well, which is always a bonus. And I have done a video on these 2, so if you haven't seen that, go back. But I think this one is pastel blackhead, 100% het clown, and I think this one is 100% het hypo, just because of the colour and the pattern. This one, I believe, is just a pastel blackhead, 100% het clown. The first thing I'll show you is just the backs of them, so you can see the dorsal line down here. It's quite wide, it's quite blushed. There's not a lot of line. And this animal as well, even though it's colourful, it's just not got as much colour as this guy. So if you look down his dorsal line there, you can see he's got like that chain link going all the way down the back. The blacks on him are a lot richer, there's no blushing on the back, and in general he's just more colourful. The yellows on him are more pronounced. As you can see, he's gearing up to have a go at me, and he's also gearing up to have a go at me. This one tends to have a little bit more of a go, and he's going to come flying out in a minute. So I'm just going to push him in a little bit so I can compare you the 2. So that's him. And over here, so this is a pastel blackhead. It could even be super pastel, looking at that pattern, because when I did this pairing, it was a pastel blackhead het hypo to my pastel hypo that I've got. So I think this could be super pastel, just because of how much that is all blown out. Obviously it's 100% het hypo, but I've got to be careful because this one is coming out. But you can see these 2 are very, very similar with the patterns, the colours, the blushing. They're very, very similar. Whereas this guy over here, you can just see the contrast and the darkness is a lot more. So that's why I think this guy on the right basically has the hypo in him as well. So I just wanted to quickly show it. So these 2 are males. This is a female that I'm sort of holding back and breaking. You can see she's getting quite chunky now, which is good, because I need more of these. I need more female blackheads. So yeah, I just wanted to show them off. The guy on the left, he's eating frozen, he's doing absolutely fine. The guy on the right will not touch frozen at all. He's only eating live at the minute, which is a pain. As you can see, the size difference, they are brothers. The one on the left is almost double the size of the one on the right. That's because I'm able to feed this guy larger meals that are frozen, whereas this guy I'm just feeding small live at the minute. So hopefully this guy on the right does get the idea of it soon and pick up. But if not, it's not an issue. Like I said, once he's up to size, it just gives the female a chance to get a decent amount of weight back on as well. She's pushing quite a decent weight at the minute, so if I keep power feeding her the way I am, she should be really big, and then hopefully I'll get a decent amount of eggs. Then there's that chance of hitting that blackhead clown. So this one's going to be a bit of a shock to you. This is a female pied that I've got. I've got to be careful because they are locked up. So this is a female pied I picked up a while ago, and the only reason I picked her up was, one, she was extremely dark for a pied, or for what I think in a pied anyway. She was extremely dark, and she has these little speckles down her body. When I bought her, she only had this one speckle in the middle of the screen. It was only like one scalp, and then over the years it's just got bigger and bigger, and all of these appeared, and she's got a couple more to go down her body. Now I don't want to pull her out too much because she's quite shy, this snake. She doesn't really like too much attention, but as you can see, she's very high white. She's got just the pattern on the head. You can see just under that guy in the middle of the screen, she's got a little saddle there, and then just a little bit on her tail. So I really like this girl. So she's being paired to my Mahogany. There's nothing else going on, it's just a straight Mahogany, and the aim of this is to go down the Mahogany pied route and then go down the Sumer pied route. I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding stuff in along the way. I do have another Mahogany, which is a female, which I'll be showing you next. But yeah, this is to start off my Mahogany pied route, which should be absolutely incredible. And to hit them Sumer pieds, I think that'd be awesome. I do have some other plans as well about, I'm not a big pied guy, but I do want to get some other stuff into pied just to see what I can do with it, just for my own benefit. So I'm probably going to get Blackhead into this, GHI into this. I do want to go down the Ultramel route as well, because I'm not going to lie, I do like Ultramel pieds. I think they look really cool. So if I can get all of those in the mix, then yeah, that should be quite cool. But yeah, this is 1HC. Brilliant, perfect lock there, really happy with that. And they've been locked since yesterday. So I did this, these pairings probably about 5 o'clock last night. Went upstairs, obviously saw the footage was corrupt. I was fuming. I come down about an hour and a half later just to switch everything off in the snake room, and yeah, pretty much everything was already locked apart from the clown and the blitz. So yeah, that's a really good sign. I'm really excited to see that. So the last one I'm going to show you in the racks, always a bit of shit there, is this girl. Oh god, this drawer, I hate this rack so much. I made it so tight in places. So this is my other Mahogany. So this is actually a black pastel Mahogany. Really like this girl. I was really happy to get her. I was quite lucky actually to get this girl, because I think there was someone already interested in getting her, and somehow I managed to snatch her first. Which is probably wrong, but I don't care. But yeah, so this is going to be going down the Sumer route. Obviously a Sumer is like, basically it's not pure black. You can get them pretty dark, but obviously if you've got any other genes in the mix, they are going to be hidden by the Super Mahogany. But I'm not too bothered about that. This is again going to go down the clown route. I don't really know how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to go down the Pastel GHI clown route, or if I make my Blackhead clown. Either one of them will be going to this girl. She's not up to size. She's pushing about 1200 grams at the minute. But could you imagine a GHI Mahogany Black Pastel clown? That would look absolutely incredible. Again with the Blackhead, can you imagine a Blackhead Black Pastel Mahogany clown? Just whew, incredible. She's not het clown. She's just Black Pastel Mahogany, so I will need to make the hets down the line, but yeah, it's just something that could be pretty cool. Mahogany clowns look absolutely incredible. The heads on them are just, yeah, I don't know what it is, I just really like the heads on them. But yeah, that's another one for the future. She'll probably be breeding next year. Like I said, she's not quite up to size yet. If she suddenly has a massive growth spurt, then I may pair up, but all depends if I can make that Blackhead clown. So as I said, I'm not going to show you everything in this rack just because a lot of it isn't being bred this year. It is going to be for future plans. So I've got like 2 big Mojave girls which aren't going to be used this year. They're going to have a rest. I've got a big Enchi girl, a Butter Spinner Blast. What else? I've got a Super Phantom, Pastel Cinnamon Pin. So there's a few girls over here that I'm not going to be using. They're going to be basically be used further down the line once I sort of start making certain bits. So if I get that Blackhead clown, for instance, I might pair that to the Enchi and try and make some Blackhead Enchis that are going to be heft clown, if that makes sense, and just start slowly working everything into the projects. And I mentioned this years and years ago when I started vlogging. I'm not in a race to anybody. I'm not out there to make the biggest and best thing ever. All I want to do is make the stuff that I want to make, but I want to learn along the way. So I want to know what a single gene Blackhead clown looks like, and then what a Blackhead Enchi clown looks like, so that when it comes to when I start making some crazy 6-7 gene pairings, I'll be able to pick apart the genes and see what's actually at play, because it's more for my benefit more than anything else. And I'm not about just breeding snakes for the sake of it. So even though I've got them Mojaves and that Enchi and the butt spinner blast, I could just pair up anything to that, get a load of snakes and sell them. But I'm not about that. You got to think about, the more you breed these snakes, if you're breeding it just for the sake of it, to try and make money and just get rid of the snakes, then you're going to be flooding the market. Obviously prices are going to go down. So for me, I'm breeding for the stuff that I want to keep. I tend to keep 70% of the stuff that I make anyway, just because I want my collection to be quite special to me. I want to know that I've made everything rather than going out and buying it. So that's just my view on breeding snakes, basically. But yeah, I'm not going to show you everything. Like I said, I've got 30 females here. I'm not going to show you them all. I've got probably 4 or 5 females down here, and I've got a growing rack somewhere else. So I'm not going to show you them just because they're just not up to size. They're probably like 3 years down the line before they start breeding, so there's no point showing you them. So yeah, that's basically most of my breeding plans. There's a few other little bits going on, but they're just not quite ready yet. So hopefully it sort of inspired you to sort of make some stuff. I'll try and pop pictures up of what things look like if I can find them, but a lot of the stuff I don't think has been made yet. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. If you haven't seen this build yet, this is my big saltwater pond that I'm working on. As you can see, it's absolutely huge. So it's 6 foot long, it's 3.5 ish, maybe just over a foot wide, and it's probably getting on for nearly 4 foot tall, maybe 3 3/4 foot tall. So yeah, this is coming along quite well. I've got it all boarded out now, and I've started laying in the, let me just turn this light around. I've got the padding that's going to be going in. So this is going to be protecting the liner from the wood, and also add a little bit of insulation to the water as well. So this is my big saltwater pond that I'm building at the minute. Once this is done, obviously, I think I've mentioned I'm going to be putting the big 6 foot freshwater fish tank up there. They're both going to have eels in, they're both going to have stingrays, big monster fish, Asian arowanas and big groupers, and got lionfish to put in here as well, things like that. So yeah, this is going to be really cool. All the filtration is going to be going through this wall, and I'm going to have 2 big massive sumps out here, which are going to be one for this and one for that. So if you're interested in the DIY and the fish keeping side of it, make sure you stick around and watch some videos. They are going to be well worth it. So that's all I've got for you today. I'm hoping the footage on this comes out, because I do not want to be doing this a 3rd time. I've been checking and I can play the stuff on the camera, so as long as I can play it on there, I think I should be good. But I'm just paranoid, I'm checking after each bit of footage that I've done. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed seeing my sort of glimpse into what I want to make and the routes I want to go down, things like that. As you can see, it's very dark themed, going down the darker gene routes, but I just think they produce better snakes overall. So yeah, it's very exciting, it's good. Other racks as well, don't forget these aluminium rack. That rack that I've built here, I've still got to make 3 more of those, so I may do a video on that at some point, but that's going to come over here. So I should have a bank of 4 here, so I should be able to get 40 breeder females up here. There's going to be a male rack over there, and obviously my growing rack, which is underneath my table. If you watch my videos, you know all about this, so I don't need to say it too much. But yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.